The African Big Five are the African lion, African elephant, Cape buffalo, African leopard, and the white or black rhinoceros. The term Big Five was coined by big-time hunters. It refers to the difficulty and ferocity of the animals when hunting them. Lions are the only cats that live in groups or families. These are called prides. Prides may include up to 3 males and a dozen or so females and their young. All of the pride's lionesses will be related, and typically the female cubs will stay with the pride as they age. Young males will eventually leave and establish their own prides by taking over prides that are headed by another male. Males defend their territory, which may include some 100 square miles of grasslands, shrub, or open woodlands. These animals will mark their territory by urinating and roaring menacingly to warn intruders. Lions are found in savannas, grasslands, dense bush, and woodlands. Female lions are the pride's primary hunters and often work together to hunt. Cooperative hunting enables a lion to take prey as large as wildebeests, zebras, buffaloes, young elephants, rhinoceroses, hippopotamuses, and even giraffes, any of which can provide several meals for the pride. Mice, lizards, tortoises, warthogs, antelopes, and even crocodiles also form a part of a lion's diet. Because they often take over kills made by hyenas, cheetahs, or leopards, scavenged food provides more than 50% of their diets in areas such as the Serengeti Plains. After they hunt, the group will often degenerate to squabbling over the sharing of the kill. Young lions will not usually help in the hunt until they are a year old. Lions will hunt alone if the opportunity presents itself and are known to steal kills from hyenas, wild dogs, and other animals. These large predators can weigh up to 500 pounds. Males are typically larger than females and can be distinguished by their mane. Generally a tawny yellow, lions, like other species, tend to be lighter in hot and arid areas and darker in areas of dense vegetation. Mature male lions are unique among the cat species for the thick mane of brown or black hair that covers the head and neck. The end of a lion's tail has a tuft of hair. Lions have strong and powerful jaws that can contain 30 teeth. Lions have long been killed in rituals of bravery, as hunting trophies, and for their medicinal and magical powers. Although lions are now protected in many parts of Africa, they were once considered to be a stock-raiding vermin and were killed on sight. In some areas, livestock predation is still a problem. The lion population in Africa has halved since the 1950s, with fewer than 21,000 remaining in all of Africa. Both male and female lions are able to reproduce between the ages of 2 and 3, but despite this, they don't tend to breed until the pride is firmly established. After a gestation period of nearly 4 months, female lions will give birth to between 1 and 6 cubs that are born blind and are incredibly vulnerable in their new surroundings. The fur of a lion cub is covered in dark spots that help to camouflage them into their den to protect them whilst adults go out to hunt. Sadly, however, less than half of cubs make it to be a year old, and 4 out of 5 have died by the time they are 2, generally either from animal attacks or starvation. African lion facts. Lions usually drink daily but can go 4 or 5 days with no water. When a new male takes over the pride, they usually kill the young of the old pride leader. African elephant. An elephant's trunk is a long nose that is used for breathing, smelling, trumpeting, drinking, and grabbing objects. African elephants have two finger-like extensions on the tips of their trunks that they will use to pick up and hold small objects. They also use their trunks for giving affection by frequently touching and caressing each other. The African elephant is a herbivore, eating up to 224 kilograms of food a day, consisting of grass, shoots, bark, buds of trees, shrubs, fruit, and vegetables. They drink 114 to 189 litres of water a day. A fully grown African elephant is not usually hunted by animals. Although lions have been known to kill fully grown African elephants, it is usually elephant calves that are in the most danger from predators. Humans hunt the African elephant for their ivory trunk, and yearly 8% of the population is poached. The African elephant tends to move between varieties of habitats. It is found in dense forest, open and closed savannas, and grassland. The African elephant is found in the Congo rainforest. The African elephant is native to 37 African countries. Females become sexually mature at 12 years of age and are mated by visiting bulls. African elephants mate mainly through the rainy season. They have a gestation period of about 22 months and usually give birth to one young, but in rare cases they may give birth to twins. Calves weigh between 200 and 250 pounds at birth. At birth, African elephant calves have no muscle tone in their trunks, therefore it will suckle through its mouth. The calf will suckle for about 3 years. African elephants are the heaviest land mammal in the world and the second tallest in the animal kingdom. African elephants have large ears that almost cover the whole of their shoulder. Some people say they look like the shape of Africa. Their tusks can grow up to 8 feet long. Males are typically longer and heavier. Their teeth are replaced 7 times in a lifetime. When their last set wear down, they can no longer eat and die. They have dark grey skin which is scattered with hairs. Their skin is 2.5 inches thick. Facts: female elephants are called cows. They have a lifespan of about 60 to 70 years. When a family member passes away, they bury them in twigs and cry for several hours. An adult's molar is the size of a brick. They can eat up to 500 pounds of vegetation a day. They can run at speeds of 25 miles per hour. There are approximately 470,000 African elephants remaining. Cape buffalo. The Cape buffalo's diet consists mainly of grass and other vegetation. They need to drink water once per day, so they are never far away from a water source. Food sources play a more important role in regulating buffalo numbers. Without fresh green feed, buffalo will deteriorate rapidly. Because of their size, the African buffalo doesn't have many predators, but their main predator, the lion, is one of the animals that can successfully hunt this large mammal. When faced by predators, animals of the herd form a circle. The African buffalo can be found in many regions, which include farmlands, flooded grasslands, broadleaf forests, tropical dry forests, tropical grasslands, and rainforests. Buffaloes are found throughout northern and southern savanna. After a gestation period of 340 days, they give birth to usually one young, which weighs approximately 40 kilograms. The calf will remain hidden in vegetation for the first few weeks, where it is nursed and looked after by its mother. When it's ready, it will be kept in the middle of the group to protect it and keep it safe. The calf will be weaned after about 120 to 360 days. Males will leave the herd at 2 years old, while the female offspring will stay with the mother until they produce their own offspring, or sometimes longer. Males reach sexual maturity at 8 years old, while females reach sexual maturity at 5 years old. Breeding can take place at any time of the year, but it usually happens in the rainy season. The buffalo is a stocky build and has a length of about 2.1 to 3.4 meters. They have a large head, a thick neck, and a broad chest, and long, strong legs. They have large, low, curved horns. In males, their horns are attached by a boss, which covers their entire forehead. Facts: buffaloes are reported to kill more hunters than any other animal in Africa. The Cape buffalo is also called the African buffalo. An African buffalo has 4 times the strength of an ox. They can run at speeds of 22 miles per hour. The group name of Cape buffalo is called a herd. They can live in herds of up to a few hundred. The African buffalo has been known to carry the disease bovine tuberculosis. The rhinoceros. The rhinoceros feeds on woody twigs and legumes and a wide variety of plant species. Sleeping usually occurs at midday, and animals feed mostly during the early morning and in the evening. When water is available, the rhino will drink every day. Due to its large size, the rhinoceros's only natural predator in the world is wild cats, such as lions, that will prey on the rhinoceros calves and weaker individuals. Humans are the biggest threat to the rhinoceros, as they have been hunted to the brink of extinction for their horns. The majority of the rhino population is located in 4 different countries: South Africa, Namibia, Zimbabwe, and Kenya. South Africa is home to 40% of the rhinoceros' population. Females will reach sexual maturity and may have their first calf at the age of 3.5 to 4 years old. The gestation period of a rhino is in between 15 to 17 months. When the rhino goes into labour, they will find a solitary sheltered spot to give birth in. Calves weigh around 30 to 45 kilograms at birth and can usually stand within the first few hours of birth. They will suckle for the first 2 months of their lives. Their mother will then try to wean them, but some calves will suckle to the age of 1. Rhino calves will stay with their mother for 2 to 4 years before being rejected. This will usually occur when the mother is ready to mate again. After a newborn calf is born and is between the age of 6 and 8 months, the mother may allow an older calf of hers to rejoin. Most calves would have found their own territory by that point. Black rhinos are smaller than white rhinos. They also have a less pronounced hump on the back of their necks. The black rhino also has a smaller head. The most obvious difference between the black and white rhino is the black rhino has a hooked lip, unlike the white rhino which has a flat lip. This is because of their different eating habits. The endangerment of the rhinoceros. Today, very few rhinos survive outside national parks and reserves. 2 species of rhinoceros in Asia, Javan and Sumatran, are critically endangered. A subspecies of the Javan rhino was classified as extinct in 2011 in Vietnam. There is still a small population of Javan rhinos that cling for survival on the Indonesian island Java. Successful conservation effort has helped the 3rd species of Asian rhinos, the greater one-horned rhino or the Indian rhino, to increase their numbers. Their status was changed from endangered to vulnerable, but it's still poached for its horns. In Africa, southern white rhinos were once thought to be extinct, but now thrive in protected sanctuaries and are classified as near threatened. But the northern white rhino subspecies is believed to be extinct in the wild, and only a few captive individuals remain in a sanctuary in Kenya. Black rhinos have doubled in number over the past 2 decades, from their low point of 2,480 individuals, but total numbers are still a fraction of the estimated 100,000 that existed in the early part of the 20th century. Threats: habitat loss. Bukit Barisan Selatan National Park in Sumatra is thought to have one of the largest Sumatran rhino populations. but is losing forest due to confiscation for coffee and rice by illegal settlers. In southern Zimbabwe, privately owned rhino conservancies have been invaded by people with no land. This reduces the amount of safe habitat for rhinos and increases the risk of poaching and snaring. Disease. In the recent years, 4 Javan rhinos, including 1 young adult female, are thought to have died from disease, probably transmitted to wild cattle in the park and then subsequently to the rhinos. Illegal wildlife trade. Although international trade in rhino horn has been banned under the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Fauna and Flora since 1977, demand remains high and fuels rhino poaching in both Africa and Asia. Although poaching is illegal, it still occurs. The main market is now in Vietnam, where there is a newly emerged belief that rhino horn cure cancer. Rhino horn is also used in other traditional Asian medicine to create a variety of ailments, including fever and various blood disorders. It is also used in some Asian cultures as a cure for hangovers. Facts. It is estimated that 96% of the black rhino population was lost between 1970 and 1992. The name Rhinoceros means nose horn. Rhinos can run up to speeds of 30 miles per hour. The leopard. The leopard is a silent and opportunistic hunter. They usually hunt medium-sized mammals such as deer and warthogs. The leopard, however, also eats a variety of small animals, including birds, reptiles and rodents, and even sometimes hunt dung beetles when other animals are scarce. Due to the fact that the leopard is a stealthy and apex predator throughout its natural environment, generally the biggest threat to adult leopards is other leopards and occasionally lions. Young cubs, however, are much more vulnerable, and the fact they have numerous predators, they have to remain hidden in dense vegetation for the first couple of months. However, it is when the mother goes out to hunt they are most vulnerable from predators. They are commonly found throughout sub-Saharan Africa and southern Asia. The leopard can be found inhabiting numerous different areas, providing there is a good source of cover and a supply of food. These habitats include tropical rainforests, tree-lined savanna, barren deserts, and mountain highlands. Leopards have no distinctive breeding season, with females instead being able to reproduce every couple of months. After a gestation period that lasts for about 3 months, the female leopard gives birth to between 2 and 6 cubs that are born blind and weigh only half a kilogram. Leopard cubs are incredibly vulnerable in the wild, so they are hidden in dense vegetation until they are able to follow their mother at around 6 and 8 weeks old. The leopard has a long and slender body that is supported by short, stocky legs and a long tail that aids them to balance. The dark ring-like patterns that cover the leopard's coat are called rosettes, but these turn to solid spots on their face and limbs, and these provide the leopard with camouflage. Leopards are incredibly strong and muscular and are able to pull themselves up trees using their legs and retractable claws. Facts. They are native to more than 35 African countries. Male leopards are up to 50% larger than females. A leopard can pull a carcass 3 times its own body weight. They can run at top speed of 30 miles per hour.